Well, here we are, Mayhem Garage. And it is looking like it is complete mayhem in here. Absolutely a disaster. Not unlike any other day. So, it's more so a disaster right now, being I just picked up the CNC milling machine, in the process of getting that operational. We got many things coming involved with that. But those will be touched base on in the future. So here, sitting in the background is a truck that I'm pretty happy to have started just recently. It is for my brothers. We're doing two trucks that are going to be identical. Super lightweight, super short, not much involved with them. Obviously, all safety factors will be highly stressed. Small horsepower, just some LS engines. They might put some power adders on them, who knows. But one will be a mega truck, one will be a 1-ton. Theory behind the 1-ton is I will be running that in the series, the Midwest Race Series. I will also be running Mayhem. In the bog truck class, and then of course M7. In the unlimited class. So I'm hoping to get quite a bit of drive time this year. It's gonna be a lot of upkeep, a lot of expense traveling around, racing these trucks. But it is a sport that I am passionate about. I dedicate a lot of my time to it. I may not be great at any aspect of it, but I give it my all, and nobody can say otherwise. That's 100% fact. I contribute quite a bit to anything and everything I can involved with the sport. And I just hope that the sport is here to stay and it continues to grow. And I have actually one of my competitors / good friends' trucks sitting right there in the background. That is Blown Budget, for those of you that don't know. And that truck is a wild ride. He wrecked it last year, by which I mean he rolled it. All tube work, everything is 100% A-OK. There's no dents, there's no, can't say scrapes, can't say bruises, but there's no dents or stress-related issues anywhere. We did decide to go with some bigger axles in the truck. He wants some bigger wheels and tires. So I believe he's going to an 18L. Don't quote me on that because things are ever changing. Did go from a 2.5-ton to an Axle Tech. We did some other upgrades, updates that I'm not gonna share here. I will leave that up to him to share that when the time comes. But I do believe that he's posted about the Axle Tech falling under it, so I feel comfortable sharing that information. That truck is, and always has been, a hell of a unit. It's got 1,000 horsepower, small block, supercharged, and it is slapping insane in that truck. Used to power wheelie like crazy, of course, has short wheelbase, so that plays factor in that. And we did lengthen it out quite a little bit, and hoping the weight difference in the axles contributes to keeping the front down. And I don't know what else to touch base on right off, other than probably next week y'all will see M7 in here. I got to get the engine out, We're gonna get it checked out. I believe we're going new pistons, probably a few other little odds and ends. I'm gonna change up the ignition system, I believe. Try to get that thing dialed in for the season. Got some suspension things I'd like to change, but that'll be future project. I gotta get the engine down, get it freshened up before the race series begins. Yeah, and I probably ought to get the other engine out of Mayhem, get that freshened up as well. That engine has 4 years on it now, and it's smoking like a sieve. It's not doing too good. So we got to get that one down too. Both engines, I should say all 3 engines, are going to West Michigan Performance. That's my good friend Tyler Stevenson. He does the best job around, in my opinion. He's got dyno in-house, all around great guy to deal with. Can't say enough good things about him. So yeah, he has built all my engines. He builds quite a few big horsepower engines. There's a lot of trucks out there that have his builds in them. Whatever. Anywho, so it'll be a little bit of time before this gets touched base on again. I was intending to build them both at the same time, but my other table's back there completely covered in stuff that was on this table. So kind of hard to juggle all that around, along with moving in new machinery and trying to expand some other things. So should be a pretty cool little truck. With how much the thing's gonna weigh, I don't think these axles will ever be an issue, but on the off chance that there is a potential issue, I do have people on board with making some upgraded shafts for them, along with the knuckles. These ones are obviously lightweight, so we'll have to address that. Luckily I have the mill, so we can make some parts to build some sheet metal knuckles for it. Definitely stiffen her up. It's probably going to end up with a 14.9/24 size tire on it. The 1 ton will likely be some 40s for the time being. If not, it'll probably go to a 44. And I do believe, again, I'm doing these with my brothers. I've funded pretty much the entire thing to this point. I'm leaving power adders up to them. So this one's all aluminum engine. Shouldn't be more than 450 horse, but should be pretty reliable. That's all I'm after. Likely to be on methanol, potentially turbocharged. I'm not a fan of turbos in the mud, but they seem to want to go that route, and I'm not gonna stop them. These are gonna be some all-around fun trucks, and you will see every one of my trucks, that is 5 of them, getting their asses handed to them this year. As I've said, I may not be good at anything, but I'm gonna beat the hell out of everything I got. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm gonna do. So we'll have some more videos coming on the builds. One of the 5 that hasn't been touched base on is sitting outside, and that will be like a party deck / cruiser. As I'm sure you guys probably have picked up on, I'm a pretty big fan of Jeep trucks. So it is, it's not a very common Jeep truck, but I think everybody will like it. We'll touch base on that a little bit later on. And of course the Comanche, nobody really knows anything about that just yet, but that is also kind of in the works. along with some other big things coming out of the garage. I guess that's all for now. Just remember, if you do nothing, nothing will happen.